I got big tidbits. You are listening to Tidbits. And what is this tidbit about? Hookups.
I really wouldn't give a blowjob, like I didn't know how to, and I bit him. So he shouted in the girls' washroom, and that was the last time I heard from him.
I'm not serious. I'm not into commitment and I'm just a fuck girl who loves her Saturday night hookups and who has no stress when she wakes up the next morning. It's a new day and a new story. My mantra? Wine me, dine me, 69 me. I love how that sounds. What is it to be indulging in open relationships and hooking up all the way? Let's find out.
Hello, I'm Prakriti from Chennai. Yeah, actually, I did. Not like in a relationship, but I had hookups. Maybe different people on the other day, or maybe two different people on the same day.
Hey, I'm Kritika from Bombay. And yes, I had multiple partners at one time. It's, I think, very natural. I think as human beings, we are bound to experiment with ourselves, with our sexuality, with ourselves only. It's just a phase of life and it's a very casual thing. It's nothing to give a thought about. So, yeah, it's not a big deal.
Hi guys, I am Nora. I'm from Calcutta. Yeah, actually, last year I had a major breakup. उसके बाद for 4 5 months it was a confusing phase of my life. So I didn't have multiple hookups. I just had two, and they were in a duration of a month.
Hi, I'm Amaya Singh from Mumbai. Yes, I've actually had two hookups in my life, and I figured out that this is really not my thing. Experiencing new things is obviously what a lot of people do in their teenage years, but I figured out for myself that it's not really meant for me, and I would obviously go for something serious rather than just hooking up with people.
So, is breaking the ice with someone you really want to hook up with a thing? Or you just want to know if they're interested and dive straight into it? I mean, how important is it to have an interaction before you begin?
Actually, it wasn't really a situation where I had to go up to someone. We were in a pub, and we actually the person that I hooked up with, I wouldn't like to name him, but the person I hooked up with, he was really drunk, and I don't drink usually, but even we were in a friendly kind of situation. Like we both were sitting alone, and we were just talking and just watching memes. So there were certain memes that came up, and we both got into the mood. Like so, we just went to his place, and we were just making out normally, and just happened. So it wasn't really that he asked or I asked. It just happened with the flow of the movement.
Okay, so this one time I was in a club and it was supposed to be my first hookup, and I didn't know that there's this one symbol that you wave the fingers through the palm of a girl and it means that you are interested. I didn't know that. A guy did that and I was just like, bro, what the fuck is this? But eventually we did hook up. Then that was the first, and I really wouldn't give a blowjob, like I didn't know how to, and I bit him. So he shouted in the girls' washroom, and that was the last time I heard from him.
It sure is 2020, but one thing that comes up is slut shaming even now. People are not going to stop judging you no matter what. But what is it like to talk about it?
Yeah, we live in an Indian society and it's not quite acceptable here. So, anyway, if people find this out about me, they'll slut shame me for sure. But I don't really care because people do judge whatever we do. So, it's fine.
Restrictions as such, see, people will judge you for whatever you are. So restrictions, yeah, you cannot openly tell people like, yeah, I'm seeing multiple partners at one time, I'm like hooking up, or they will always like slut shame you or judge you for who you are. And like your close friends and close ones know what is actually going on and they do not care. But like some people, you cannot say it openly. Some people, I think most of them will judge you for whatever you're doing with your life.
Yeah, totally. Like I have a group of 5 girls, like my girl gang, you could say, also. So they know everything that I've done, and it's not really uncomfortable sharing that you've hooked up. I think it's the 21st century, and we're moving into a really fast pace. So I don't think it'll ever be a problem to kind of feature or tell someone that I've hooked up twice before. So yeah.
So just give no fucks about the gossip around you. tons of unfiltered information about everyone is out there. But what really matters is whether you pay heed to it or no. I think sharing your information with only close ones or just whoever you have the rapport with to avoid judgmental eyes of the other people who are, well, pretty much irrelevant in your life is fine. So, what about where you meet these people? Is it dating apps? Is it a friend of a friend of a friend? Where?
Yeah, it's mostly clubs or parties, and sometimes apps like dating apps.
Yeah, the dating apps mostly, but like if you're interested in anyone, so I like any place will do. If you're interested, you just have to message, be forward, and yeah, you have to take a step.
It just happens. Like, you just know that the other person's interested, and obviously he'll walk around you and he'll try stalking you, and then you'll know. You just have to give him the hint that you two are interested in it.
A few of them are from college, a few of them are from work. I don't go clubbing or partying much. So I don't know, just whatever's in my sight, I go for that.
So, well, I get it. It ranges from randomly meeting someone at a party to dating apps to even casually hooking up with the same person several times. But depends on what you're looking for, right?
Yes, actually, so the one that I met on the dating app after the hookup, I was quite like put off. I was like thinking that I won't talk to him after that, and I agreed that hooking up is not my thing. But he messaged, and we continued to talk, and we continued to like meet each other, and that somehow made me like realize that maybe I can get into something serious with him. So now we're dating, and like it is a serious relationship. So I guess that maybe sometimes these can lead to serious relationships, but other than that, I don't think any of my other friends and their experiences, I've never heard any of hookups getting into relationships mostly.
So basically, it's a two-way road. Like if both of you wanted to hook up, you did it, and after that, it's either of your decision. You either want to continue the kind of a relationship you have. You either become like what do you call friends with benefits or something. But in my case, it was a mutual decision that it just happened because one of us was drunk and we were emotional, and it happened. But uske baad we just spoke to each other for a week or so, but then it mutually disintegrated. We didn't want to continue anything of that sort with either of us. So that is what happened. But if you ask me that just the next moment that we hooked up, we kind of fell asleep. I fell asleep at his place, and when I got up, we just had breakfast and we left for a normal day. We spoke for a week or so, but then after it mutually disintegrated. We didn't want to carry on anyway.
I've done it twice with a stranger. I freaked out both the times. And yeah, I'm not okay with it, but they were just drunken mistakes and really scary to get up in the morning.
You must have been ghosted by someone or ghosted someone after hooking up. Shit happens. There are quite a few tales of ghosting, isn't it?
Of course, like I said, that I don't want to have a conversation after that with that person. I don't share, like, even if he asks for my Insta ID or my number, I'm not going to give it to him.
I wouldn't mind doing it if it is a mutual thing. Like if samne se the guy is also like, it's fine, it happened, uske baad we don't get awkward. But agar samne se you get an awkward response every time you say hi, so I'll say hi twice, but the third time I won't. So that's what happened with the second time. The first time the guy hooked up with, I don't even know what he's doing right now. I just spoke to him for a week or so and then it mutually disintegrated.
No, I've ghosted people because if they're like strangers, I get so freaked out by the next day when I'm sober and in my senses, and when I see the person next to me. I've done it twice. I freaked out and I ghosted both those guys, and I feel really bad for them.
I do not like that, but coincidentally, you just somehow turn to see him somewhere in the cafe or something. Then there's like a mutual conversation, or probably just some chat on Instagram or social media, but that's it. But we do not like prefer going out together.
Many tales, many stories of random hookups, some of which you've shared with your closed ones and some of which you are too embarrassed about. I'm sure you don't need my permission. But if you're free and single as a bird, why not explore and have some fun? Just have some protected sex. Catch the Tidbits podcast on Hauterfly every Wednesday.